guys, I'm Busy, and in this video, welcome back to another movie review. Today, we're going and watching The Marvels. I just came back from the opening night of The Marvels. And I do want to say this is going to be a mostly spoiler-free review. There will be some minor spoilers here and there, but for the most part, this will be a spoiler-free review. I want to start this off saying that this movie wasn't horrible. I wouldn't say it was really good and one of the best Marvel movies, but I wouldn't say it's the worst Marvel movie in the world. This movie had its moments, like there was a few parts that I actually generally enjoyed and were pretty funny. And then there were moments in this movie that made me want to walk out the theater. But to start this off, I want to talk about the positives of this movie. Like, one positive thing about this movie is Miss Marvel. I actually really liked the character of Miss Marvel. She was really fun, and she kind of was relatable, and yeah, she was just a funny character. And another character that was surprisingly funny was Nick Fury. And usually isn't like a comic relief type character, but in this movie he had some funny moments. Another fun character was Monica Rambeau, which if you don't remember her from WandaVision, that's what she's from. By the way, I would go watch WandaVision. That's probably, if you haven't watched Miss Marvel and WandaVision, I would go watch those before going to this movie. And also the first Captain Marvel. Those three are probably the three movies that you want to watch, or two shows in one movie that you want to watch before going into this movie. Another positive of this movie is I actually kind of liked, I can say this because it was in the trailers, the teleportation type thing that they had in the movie where they were like changing places every time they would use their powers, which I thought that was kind of fun. In a few scenes of the movie, I thought it was kind of cool where like she was in the middle of a fight and one of them in a living room, like randomly they would just get teleported and she would be in like a middle of a fight. I thought that was kind of fun. One part of the movie was Goose, which if you don't know is a alien cat. Is it just me, or did you guys also not know Goose is a female? Kind of important in the movie. I do want to clarify that I have not watched the Miss Marvel show. I probably should have watched before I watched this movie. Probably would have made a little bit more sense, but I didn't watch it. I've been planning to, but I just forgot to, and this release date came a little too quickly for me. But I am planning to watch it, so I'll be watching it later this week. Another thing that I really liked about the movie was obviously the trio, the big three in the movie. I thought they were really fun, and interactions with all three of the characters were really fun and really cool. This movie isn't hitting any of my list of Marvel movies, and I feel like I'm maybe not the target audience with it. I feel like it was more targeted towards like girls and stuff. So would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say do not go in there thinking this is gonna be your favorite Marvel movie of all time. Alright, so I think now it's time for some of the negatives of the movie. One thing that I didn't like about the movie was the pacing. I felt like the pacing was a little slow in this movie, and some parts could have been a little bit quicker. And to go along with that, I think the story could have been a little bit more improved, and there were some parts that I didn't really enjoy in the movie. Another thing that I didn't really like about the movie is the villain, and she wasn't really that interesting to me. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, and I feel like she wasn't as like explained as she should have been. I feel like they should have like gave a little bit more backstory or something to her. What I'm about to explain is slight spoiler, nothing really that big, but if you really don't want to be spoiled, I would probably skip this part. The scene I am talking about is the singing scene. And I was looking over at my dad like, why is this scene in this movie? Like, what? This should be in a Disney movie.
If you start singing, I'm gonna throw up.
It was just really weird and didn't feel right in a Marvel movie. Alright, so for this next part of the video, it is going to be a big spoiler, so please, if you have not watched the movie already, please skip this part, because this is going to be a big spoiler of the movie. Oh my gosh, that's all I gotta say. Oh my goodness, this post-credit scene was insane. Really saved the movie, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe you guys liked the movie and you felt like it was fine, but I feel like it really helped the movie. This post-credit scene did. I would say it is probably one of the best post-credit scenes we've gotten. And let me just explain the reaction when this happened at opening night. Watching when she woke up and we were like, and then we saw her mom, and I was like, whoa, okay, that's crazy. Like, whoa, wait, is she must be in a different universe. Voice, and I was like, wait, so what's, like, who's that? And you see a blue hand, I'm like, there's no way. And then he's walking by, you hear his voice, and I'm like, there's no way it's who I think it is. And the camera pans to him, and it is Beast from the X-Men. And oh my gosh, we were all freaking out. The whole audience, you hear a huge gasp through the whole audience, and everyone just freaking out because it was such a big twist and no one was expecting it. Generally surprised from the twist, I was just freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, it's Beast! Like, and it's crazy. And I'm actually pretty excited for what they're gonna do with that character. They're gonna introduce all these X-Men into the MCU and who they're gonna cast as them. I have a lot of questions about that post-credit scene, but I guess they'll be answered in hopefully Deadpool 3. And yeah, so I'm just really excited for all of that. Like I said, nobody was really expecting that. Also, for that post-credit scene, was I the only one expecting Deadpool to appear out of nowhere and be like, oh, well, I'm in the MCU now? Like, I was expecting something like that. That would have made it a complete 10 out of 10, in my opinion. What are my final thoughts on this movie? I thought this movie was pretty good, but definitely could have been better. And like I said, I would recommend the movie if you haven't watched it already. Don't go in expecting it to hit any of your list of your favorite Marvel movies. But I would say this movie was really funny and definitely had some really good moments. But yeah, so that's my review of The Marvels. My final rating of this movie is a 6 out of 10. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now it's time for homework. To subscribe, smack that like button. I'll be lightning back with my next video. Bye!